Hello and welcome back to Monster Haven TCG. Today I'm going to be showing you all 41 cards in set 1 of Monster Haven. Yep, that's right, all 41 cards in set 1. So we're going to start with monsters, then work our way to instant cards, and eventually get to havens. You should have seen most of these cards if you play normally, however there may be some secret rares along the way. So, card number 1. The first ever card I made in the game was Tetraflare. A lot of people think it's an R, Terraflare, but it's Tetraflare. Pretty good card, very good for spread. Personally, my favorite card in the game. And he ascends. If you don't know what ascends means, it pretty much means evolves or turns into. Infernova. Yeah, pretty cool. Infernova is the big eye. It's supposed to be a big monster that's so huge you can't even see all of it. Next up, we've got Terravolt, a very good set 1 card. It heals, very iconic. He ascends into Void, a little less known card. Deals with attachment cards and is pretty good. I've seen it do well in games. Then we got a very important card here, Billy Bong. And if some of you are a little confused about its stats here, I actually nerfed Billy Bong. He was very strong in the beginning of the game. If you've played the game at all and you read this card, you would definitely think it's very good. Billy Bong was inspired by my father. He came up with the name and the idea, and then I drew it and added it to Monster Haven. Wow, another really important card. Man, the beginning of the game was very iconic. Spiralion, you'll never see one not in a deck. It is top 3 cards ever. Very good stats, no ability, but it doesn't need one. Just pure power. Then we got Frock, a pretty good monster. High attack, low HP, definitely used as like a glass cannon tactic. He pairs well with Spawn, Frock the Fork, Spawn the Spoon. And I've seen some good combos pulled off by them. Next up we got Windmill. First card I made that had a death effect, and originally when a monster died, it would be banished. But truly, it should have said, when this monster dies, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Very good for mill decks. I thought I'd add it just to have a little bit more strategy in some decks. A very rare card here, Tentacles. I don't know, I just never printed it a lot. Didn't seem that great. It's tent with tentacles, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Then we got B-Rick. I feel like B-Rick's a hidden gem. It's got a very good ability, but I haven't seen it to its best use before. Definitely a stall kind of monster. Then we got Enka. Enka, the idea of him was his name is Acne backwards. So he's kind of this, his ability is Annoyance. He's kind of this annoying acne face, I guess. Very good ability. Dealing 2 damage to any card is very good in this game, at least in this format right now. And then next up we got Water. He's a light bulb powered by water droplets. It was a fun idea. I don't know. It was just kind of something I made on the spot. He combos pretty well with Hydrate, a water bottle. Gets extra boost in strength if water's in play. Ooh, another fun card. Polka Dot. He's doing the polka. Or supposed to, at least. Very good for mill decks. Again, I wanted to add some variety in deck building, so that's a good one. Next up we got Flodge, and the first ever Monster Haven tier list was made, and this was number 1. Very controversial idea, but very good for drawing, and his ability Sneaky lets him stay alive a lot longer. So very powerful. Next up we got Plorb. I love this guy. I love the idea of him, the Plorb archetype. The base form is fine, just kind of a triangle guy. And then he can help you find either Plorb Businessman. Fun little fact for you, he was based off of my father with the suit, and that's where I found the inspiration for it. Plorb Archer. Plorb Archer, I've seen some very powerful combos with this one. Being able to hit your opponent's haven through monsters, very powerful ability. I haven't been talking much about these stats, but most of the time you want a pretty evened out HP and attack. Although, as we've seen with Frock before, a higher attack than HP can be good in some scenarios. And then the best card in the archetype of Plorb, in my opinion, is Plorb Warrior. Very expensive ability. This is the only ability in the game that actually holds him back, but you can see why. With a 3 attack and 5 HP, definitely a strong monster. Next up we got Mr. Cheesy. He's a cheesy sandwich. He was added very late. I believe he was, if not the last, he was like the second last card made. I did not make all set 1 in the same time. Set 1 was many months of work, and then I just decided to pause, and then I would start theming them. So set 2 had a certain theme, and set 3 will have a certain theme, but set 1 was just kind of all the cards I had created until then. Pretty good ability, although he's kind of a rare one. If you can find one, lucky you, because there are not many made. Moving on to startables, we got General Club. And I'll talk about this again later, but General Club was one of the first 5 cards ever made. My favorite startable in the game, just because I like the idea that he's a card with a club of clubs. Next up we got Soul. Many different ideas in this. He's the soul of a shoe, as well as soul in Spanish is sun, so I wanted to kind of bring together the fun language experience that I have, or fun language ideas. Next up we got Kai. He's a living black belt. I don't know if you can see the eyes here. Not a bad ability, but I don't know. Some starters are just better. This monster is very good in certain decks, but overall I think you might want to stick with either Soul or General Club. We're running out of space here. Next up we got Tetrite. Very iconic card. Has a whole archetype around him, and Tetrite was the first monster I ever thought of. Very kind of basic. He's just kind of a block that connects, and it's not an uncommon idea. It's been made many times before, but I liked the idea of him being able to turn into the Tetrite King. He's this kind of mass of all the blocks put together, and he's the king of these Tetrites. And he's very powerful. 4 attack, 6 HP is very good for an Ascension. You do have to discard a card to play on him, but in my opinion it's worth it. Moving on to action cards, we have the best action card in the game, and the first action card I ever made in the game. Apparently I didn't know power balancing back then. Operation Grizzly. Very important card. Next up we got Disease. I really liked having a different border for this card. I liked that, so that was fun to do. Overpopulation. I wasn't quite sure what to draw. I'm not that great at drawing humans, that's why I like drawing monsters. So I didn't want to draw just like a whole artwork of humans, so I just started putting infinity signs. Not a bad card, just less needed than these two, definitely. Have to be in your deck if you want to do well. Or you don't have to, but they're really good. Ooh, a fun card next. Cult of Tetraflare. Now, the first ability, you choose between 2 abilities, and the first ability, I mean, it's good, but everyone goes for the second ability. Roll a 20-sided dice. If you get a 1, you lose this game, and if you get a 20, you win this game. As of now, May 6th, 2025, only 2 people have ever gotten a 20. My friend Victor and my friend Shiloh. And this is just a fun moment to see. I mean, you could be absolutely destroying someone, and then all of a sudden they roll a 20 and you just lost the game. It's fun. I like having cards like this, which are low win rate, but just an instant win rate is fun. Next up, we got a Not Right Now. Not Right Now is pretty good. You get rid of an event card, or you can hit through your opponent's haven, which is just like Plorb Archer, but it affects all of your monsters. Very good. I think the only reason people haven't used it is just they don't have the card. It's another rare one. Ooh, this is the only time you will ever see this card. It means you lose. I made this card as a meme, as a troll, and play this card when your opponent asks what a card does. Your opponent's haven is destroyed. So if someone's like, ooh, what does that card do? I'd be like, it means you lose. And then you would instantly wipe them. They lose the game. If you're playing in multiplayer, it wouldn't be the end of the game. But if you aren't, then it's an instant win. I never printed this. It was way too good, but it was just a fun card that I get to use as the creator of the game. Next up, we got Oncoming Meteor. The first ever event card. It's the only event card that's formatted in this way. From set 3 on, event cards look like this. They're like their own mini havens with HP stats and then the ability down here. But Oncoming Meteor, fairly good card. It's used to stall and stuff like that. Next up, I believe the best attachment card to date, Plot Armor. And it's plotting points, get it? Okay. But this monster gets +1 HP and +1 attack. It's a very good card that you get to attach to one of your monsters. Reassuring Lullaby. So this is another example of set 1 had a lot of stall while you set up. So you would attach this to one of your opponent's monsters and they couldn't attack. Depending on how lucky they were, maybe they could, but it was on a coin flip and sometimes you got a big head start from playing this. A very specific attachment card next is Lightning Rods. So this monster takes 1 more damage from Terrorbolt. So it was comboed in some ways, but you had to pull off a 2-card combo, and in this game when you can only play 2 cards a turn, it was a bit clunky. But it would be fun to see someone pull off a combo with this. And next up we have Havens. So if you don't know, havens are the main part of your game. When your haven dies, it's dead. And a monster who has an attack, like Plorb Archer, has 2 attack, and if your opponent has no monsters in play, you would hit their haven and deal damage. So Tetrite City would take 2 damage. And when Tetrite City, or your haven in general, gets to 0 HP, you lose the game. So it's kind of a race to see who can defeat each other's havens or bases or whatever. Tetrite City was the first ever haven I created. I drew it on pencil. This is the original card. By the way, all of these are the original cards. That's why they're... I put them in a binder to keep safe, because then I will go and copy them and print them and all that stuff later and put them into packs. The next one I created was Ecoplanet. And compared to Tetrite City, Ecoplanet was so much better in so many ways, and it was just because Tetrite City ended your turn. If it didn't end your turn with its ability, it would have been a lot more even, but Ecoplanet was a very, very good card in the early stages of the game, and it still is. So to kind of counter Ecoplanet, I created Aquadome, and ironic as it is, Aquadome became the best deck, or the best haven in the format. And what it did was, when you got below half HP, so 10 in this case, you would be able to summon, so you can play 2 cards a turn. Well, this did not count as your 2 cards per turn. You could summon the Crack-a-Lackin', the only card in set 1 that's better than Spiralion, and it could only be used in this deck by summoning from Aquadome. Very good combos. I would play this deck, and my friends would have to strategize keeping me at 11 HP or just below so they could knock me out and I couldn't use it, or have to face the wrath of the Crack-a-Lackin'. And then finally, the only Haven that was not in a preset deck, and the first Haven to be put into packs, was Crydropolis. The first Haven that had less than 20 HP, or different from 20 HP. I haven't seen it played at all yet, but as of now, no one in my community has been able to get enough cards to make a deck, except maybe one person, I don't know. So hopefully in the future, when I print way more cards, people will be able to make their own decks, and I'll be able to see this Haven shine. So thank you for watching this video. I know it's a bit longer than my other ones, but this was every card in Monster Haven Set 1. A little sneak peek for Set 2. Yes, there will be color cards. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you can be interested and will check out a couple other my videos. See you next time.